Welcome to Fargo Talks Fargo, an unofficial podcast on the FX television show. Fargo Talks Fargo is hosted by me, Bill Lempe, and my buddy Sharpie. Sponsors for this season of Fargo Talks Fargo are TAG, celebrating Fargo and the Midwest community through t-shirts, art, and graphics. For more information, visit tagfargo.com. And Fargo Brewing Company's Wood Chipper India Pale Ale with its bold hop flavor and velvety body. Grab a pint or visit them online at fargobrewing.com. All right, Sharpie, here we are. It's the first episode has aired. We've decided that we're going to do some extra shows just for the hell of it because we want to.
Yeah, and we want to get some stuff up there right away because people are excited right after the show is there. They don't want to wait a whole 24 hours.
So we should say
people can't wait 24 hours these days.
There can be spoilers in these.
Yeah, there could be.
But you know,
you have to be part of the hardcore when you're
Yeah.
listening to this.
You're listening to a podcast about a TV show, so if you don't think you're going to hear something new, it's like, hey, don't read the paper about that kind of shit if you don't want to hear it. So here we are. It's a quarter to midnight on Tuesday after the show aired, and Fargo had a big to-do here in town, in Fargo, North Dakota, where we record this show, talking about Fargo, the FX TV series. Big to-do.
So big Fargo premiere in Fargo at the Fargo Theatre.
Yes.
With Fargoans.
You missed it, man.
I missed it. I'm in Colorado. Actually, the show hasn't even aired for me yet. The show airs in 11 minutes.
Jesus. Well, I can tell you what. I stopped by the Fargo Brewing Tap Room, had a $3 wood chipper. Then I spun on over to the Hotel Donaldson for a little food with John Lamb and Scott Thune from Thune Studios. And then we were like, we did the whole, suppose we should get going over there. You know, there might be a line. So I want to hear about the little, like, the pre-show festivities. So you go over to Fargo Brewing Company. Is there there's a pre-party, right? Nah, they kind of had just a thing. It's wood chipper was $3 pints, and they had the show on in their tap room. And then the Fargo Theatre through the CVB had a 8 o'clock social hours. 9 o'clock, the show aired. 9 o'clock Central, the show aired. And then afterwards, Tom Musgrave, who plays Bo Monk on the show, who is Lester Freeman. Wow, I am crossing characters now.
Too many wood chippers.
Lester, no, not at all.
Yeah,
Lester
right.
Nygaard's boss on the TV show was here in town because he is from Valley City, North Dakota, and we're working to get Tom on the podcast. I hope it works out. So we're trying to go fast here, too, because we want to make this quick, but we also want to tell you about the excitement that happened here. I'll tell you what. When we got there, the line out the door was like almost a block long. Really? To get in. And we got in line around, I don't know, maybe 7:30.
So were people camping out early?
I guess somebody had to have because I didn't think we were that early. And when we went in the door, they were clicking people in. John Lamb and I were number 263 and 264. By the time the TV show started...
We're not talking about a big theater here either.
Full house. 860 or 70 some people ended up filling that place up. It was a hot, sweaty mess. It was awesome.
In the historic Fargo Theater. So were they serving beer then in the movie theater as well?
Yes, and so that's what I was tweeting was, you come in, you wait super long outside. It's cold as shit here still because, it's April. Why the hell not? And then you come back and you walk basically from the very front of the theater to the back because their lobby is so small. There's an entire line for beer. Because,
gosh.
Holy shit, you better get a beer.
Yeah. We just went to the brewery, had a bunch of beer, and we're just now in the movie theater. Oh my gosh, where's our beer?
Yeah, more beer.
Right
more
to
beer.
it.
But no, it was a great audience. I thought it trended a little younger. It was a full house. It was a ton of fun. People were dying laughing at a lot of stuff. I'm not going to point out any specific things because big deal. But the point is they thought it was funny. So you have not seen the show. I have seen the show. So we can't really, I don't want to ruin this for Sharpie.
No, but, don't ruin it.
I can tell you this.
I'm going to watch it tonight, and tomorrow we'll be ready to rock.
John Lamb, calling Fargo a little stabby.
Yeah.
He was spot on with a little stabby.
Okay.
And I'm not, just the body count, man. It's going to be...
Already, right off the bat, huh?
They are not playing around.
They're just is anybody left?
Yes, surprisingly,
Tom Musgrave get killed off the show already?
No, they weren't. And there was the QA with Tom afterwards. Somebody did say, "Hey, how long until you're dead?" Because
because his boss, or he's the boss of a main character who I don't think enjoys his boss very much, probably. And I was so close in the Q&A afterwards, just going up and saying, "Are you the guy they're shoving in the ice hole?" But I've already put that together. I think I know who that might be in the future. Remember we talked about a guy just like getting crammed down the ice hole?
Yeah.
I think that's going on. I think, is it alive?
Yeah, he's alive. I'm pretty sure.
I think I know who's doing the stuff, but yeah, man, you got to get this show watched. These people are probably like, why are we listening to this? They didn't talk about it yet, but hopefully they watched it and they know what I'm talking about. But I liked it.
So did the premiere kick off with anything? Did they have like a little...
everybody saw the first 7 minutes. Yeah. Or they could have. But it was amazing how many people had some really strong reactions to the very beginning, the first 7 minutes. So I think there was a lot of people who didn't catch up on the social media aspect and see the first 7 minutes.
So it obviously was dark and stabby, but the humor was there. It had the sense of a Coen Brothers film, or was there some...
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And they mentioned town names, and just like any good rock concert, somebody's like, "Holy shit, I'm from Illinois." And then, so they mentioned Grand Forks once, and there's like a handful of like,
Holly!
Yeah. And John Lamb made a pretty good point. He's like, "Oh man, if somebody says Dilworth anytime soon, this place is going to erupt." But I don't know. I can't tell you the last time outside of like a major concert of some sort that I've been in the Fargo Theatre for like a sold out film or TV event. Obviously, they don't air a lot of TV shows in the Fargo Theatre, but I think the CVB and the staff there did a great job. It's a ton.
That's cool.
The lobby's small, so it's always a little crampy in there. But hey,
did they happen to do like a second screen overflow room or anything?
I don't know. There was, I think.
Not like it matters.
Grand Budapest Hotel is playing in the other theater that's connected to the little off-Broadway theater. Anyway, this is just killing me that you haven't seen it. I want to just... I can tell you that the discussion we were having about... I keep wanting to call him Lester Freeman. Lester Nygaard's character, that scene with his wife at the table where she's just like, well, maybe if you were a better salesman, I'd get you a better tie kind of thing.
Yep.
Man... Even seeing that for a second time on a huge screen, I am like, see you next Tuesday, lady. Just like, wow. I'm just like, how did you not just like put that spoon like, oh, never mind.
I was watching the Twitter streams from all over, and it sounded like Freeman did like an amazing job.
Yes.
That's great.
I think there was a few things in the previews that they kind of nailed the whole... It was pretty heavy, but his accent's not that heavy. But they definitely say heck and geez and stuff like that. But it's great. I watched.
That's good. You don't want to go over the top with the accent. We are talking about a TV show, not like an hour and a half long movie. If you go over the top with that accent, it's going to be really annoying after about 5 episodes.
I think it's safe to say it's there in certain characters. Tom Musgrave brought it up too. About filming in Calgary and talking to people, and he's been here for 2 days doing interviews about being on the show as Beau Monk, and he said people are like, oh geez, I don't talk like that, and he's like, yep, actually you do. I mean, like even when I try not to talk like that, we sound that way. So there's varying degrees, and it's in the show in varying degrees.
Did you catch a hot dish?
A hot dish?
Did you see any hot dish?
There was a gal who came during the Q&A, and on Jell-O, like boxes of Jell-O, she put 3 recipes on there, and they had a hot dish party, and she dug through her grandmother's recipe book and found that her grandmother had 40 recipes. No, 40 recipes for like Jell-O salad.
Oh.
And one of them was for lemon corned beef Jell-O salad.
What?
And she came up and gave 3 of them to Tom Musgrave, and he was just like, oh, yeah.
Lemon corned beef. We have to get a hold.
I don't know how to find
recipes.
This gal, but I want to find it, and like we should make it.
We should publish those. We should make a new Jell-O for every episode. I like corned beef. I can't say that I've had it with Jell-O, but I'll give anything a shot.
Hey, why not? Why not? But the only other thing I was going to think about talking about real quick is I know we both tuned into the Paley Fest live event last Friday, and they had a lot of the cast on there: Keith Carradine, Alison Tolman, Now I can't. Now I'm mixing his name up. God, I got to just make myself some
Martin
flashcards.
Freeman, Billy
Martin
Bob Thornton.
Freeman, Billy Bob Thornton, Noah Hawley, and Colin Hanks were on there, and it was really great hearing them talk about the characters they're playing, the stuff that went into it. So if you get a chance, you should try to look that up. I don't know if that's still online, but Paley Fest does great stuff. They have interviews with the cast, Mad Men, and all sorts of shows.
I think it is up there. Last I looked,
I was just so heartbroken for them when Martin Freeman literally had to catch a plane, and in the middle of the stage, he just gets up, walks away,
yeah,
and he's gone
in the middle of the panel.
And they were like, "Oh my God, bye, Martin!" And then they looked so heartbroken, and then I think Allison Tolman eventually said, like, "That's the last time we're going to see him. We just wrapped like all the like shooting and the post stuff like this last week, and now he's gone." He's gone. He's not going to die, but
well, you never know now. They did say that was the last time they were going to see him.
Hopefully, he's going back to work on some more Sherlock. I'm ready for some more of that shit. So,
but anyway,
that's our show. We're going to try to do something, and obviously, Sharpie will be a little more up to date here, seeing as we'll work on our watching schedule a little better between our time zones and some stuff. But
2 minutes, I'm excited.
Oh, so we got to wrap this up so you can get that show on the road.
Yep.
I'm going to be up late tonight, man, so you feel free to give me a shout out when you finally see it, because, yeah.
Did you happen to ask Tom any questions in the Q&A?
I didn't, because I'm really hoping that I'm really hoping he's I think he's going to be on the podcast when he gets back to LA.
That'd be cool. I got a list of questions.
We're going to Skype him in, and we're going to ask him questions, and I let people do it. And it's a late night. They were kind of trying to get people moving.
Yeah, and heads up to anybody else in the cast or crew. Just go to fargotalksfargo.com and contact us if you're willing to be on the show via Skype or what have you. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, anything, or even just do it. Hey, we'll do side shows.
Side shows.
Hell, we are a
Sideshow Fargo.
Yeah, no doubt. So
maybe that's the name of this episode. A sideshow
Fargo. Yeah.
Hey, maybe. Now.
But so that's the deal. We are Fargo Talks Fargo. I'm Bill Empey. That's my buddy Sharpie on the other end of this. And you can keep up with us at fargotalksfargo.com. Follow us on Twitter at Fargo Talks Fargo, or on Facebook. Just look for us at facebook.com/Fargo Talks Fargo. We look forward to hearing from you. Please reach out to us any of those ways and let us know you want to know, even if you just have random questions about Fargo or living in the Midwest, if you're not somebody listening to the show from here. So, Sharpie, tomorrow night, though, we're going to do a full show rundown. So
full show. I'm going to preheat the casserole, the hot dish.
Hot dish.
In case you didn't know what a hot dish was, it's a casserole to the rest of the world.
Tuna? You're going to do maybe a tuna casserole?
I've got some bumblebee tuna in the cupboard there.
Oh, gosh.
That and some dill pickles.
You got enough
French's onions on top.
You going to do some Velveeta cheese on there? Maybe melt that up and... Hey, maybe just put a little Frank's in there. Spice it up a bit. Try that Tabasco.
I don't know.
They've got that. They've got that Chipotle. They've got that Chipotle Tabasco now too. I saw that the other day when I was at the Cajun Cafe.
Yeah, the Chipotle.
Ooh, I bet you that's a hot one.
No, this is gonna be straight up green beans, French's fried onions, cream of mushroom, and maybe some pearl onions.
You're classing that shit way too far up, bro.
I like the pearl onions. They're like little treasures in there.
Oof.
Little
so there it is.
Balls of juicy onion.
Our first little quick podcast after the first episode, lacking just slightly because Sharpie has not actually seen the show because time zones suck and we that's a whole rat hole we're not going in. So next week, tomorrow, Sharpie, you and me, and Greg Carlson coming on the show. Right Greg from Concordia and writes at the High Plains Reader, longtime film guy in town. It's gonna be awesome. Tune in, folks. We'll see you then.
All right, we'll see you.